Hey everybody, welcome back. It's another edition of Orpheus Plays with your old pal Orpheus. Yes, it's another Blade and Sorcery day, of course. Although, I do have to be honest, I've started playing the Iron Man VR game. I kind of suck right now, so let me play that a little more. Maybe I'll stream it because my brain doesn't really like that kind of control scheme yet. I'm used to, fighting like this, not like this all the time. I'm like, hey bro, and then blast him in the face. So now I'll get better at that. We'll see what I can do. In the meantime, I hope you're doing good wherever you are today. Well, it's New Year's, which means that either before or after the New Year you're watching. Either way, hello if you're in the future. Hello again, but projected into the future. Today, well, if you've been following the channel, you might know we've had a little bit of an issue with our internet company. It's been going on about a decade. And, there is an update today. And so we are going to have a little bit of rage therapy. I had to get nice and angry this morning, drink a couple of cups of black coffee, and sit there and watch some horrible fail videos to get myself in the mood, because, oh boy, am I upset. So we're going to start things off. We're in survival mode here. Waves that come at you that get progressively harder. And we're going to go right ahead. I'm going to start off with my dagger, because, damn it, I am pissed. So let me start off by saying we have one of the larger internet companies in the United States. No, it's not probably the first one that you're thinking that starts with a C and ends with an Omcast. No, not those guys. We don't have them, thankfully, because I've heard some real... Okay, well, that was kind of accidental. Okay. But we don't have that one, though we are in kind of a smaller town, which means that we don't really have options, right? There's kind of it's a monopoly thing. Well, okay, we have other options here in town, and they're like, yeah, lightning fast 5 megabit download speed. Okay, like, what's the features of that? Well, it's this technology called DSL. I'm like, no, DSL sucks. I'm not kidding, DSL. We had that, a decade ago? Give me a break. And so, the other option in town is like a wireless one. So there's antennas on the tops of people's houses, and it kind of networks it off. Well, that's kind of a stupid version, because it's relying on the different houses that have it and then the strength of the place that brings it to you. So if there's a particularly crappy night and a few people have lost their power or something, well, your internet goes out too. Nah. So the only real option in town is to get this other guy, this other provider. Well, like most, they have different packages, and it starts at 20 meg. God, what is going on? Oh, come here, bro. It starts at 20 meg download and then goes all the way up to 1 gig. Well, we've had progressively better and better service as we've gone along in terms of speed. Now, don't get me wrong, not better service, because oof. But so one of the times that this company screwed up, we had an install that happened. And it was when we had first gotten here, again, a decade ago. And for 3 full years, we had problems. We actually used to have a joke. My wife and I play World of Warcraft, and we would be raiding or hitting dungeons, and it'd be like, just want to let you guys know there's going to be some weather tonight. What kind of weather? It doesn't matter if it's rain or wind or just a light breeze from the south or whatever. We're probably going to lose internet at some point. Well, this was consistent. If the wind started to blow, the internet would start cutting out. And we're like, what the hell? Finally get someone out who wasn't completely an idiot. Ooh, another dagger. Yes, please. Work out some frustration. Anyway, so this tech comes out and he strings wires all the way around our building. So we've got the tower for the cable right there. He runs it down into, like, around the corner into a utility closet where he puts a signal booster and a splitter, like, for 4 other apartments, and then right to our place. And he's like, oh, I don't know, it should be working fine. Well, that didn't do dick, right? So we go another few months, and we're like, this is silly. There's nothing different. Well, what's going on? So they send out a tech again, who goes and looks, and it turns out our wires, for years, had been rubbing against a tree outside. And so the insulation came off. And so every time that there was wind, those wires would rub. Okay, well, they fixed all that up. Still, internet cutouts. The price of our internet. Oh my God. It went, like, it tripled within a decade. Well, okay, so we had our screw-ups and our screw-ups and our screw-ups with the service. Didn't really get better. A lot of times got worse. Got to the point where I had, they'd given me the modem for free. No more renting the modem for a monthly fee. Because I said, look, if you guys are going to keep screwing me, at least give me something. Oh, come here. Something to work with. And so they gave us the modem for free. It was like the top of the line one they had. All right, so there's that. Didn't really do a whole bunch for the quality. So, again, I call them, and we get our bill cut in half, which at this point is $77. So it's like, what the hell? It's $140, and we were at the 200 internet, like 200 megabits down and 20 up. All right, well, I guess that's fine, because all we do is watch, like, streaming movies and play World of Warcraft, and they're like, wow, you need more bandwidth. Okay, so we did that. We went up to a 440, and because still trouble this whole time. There'd be some sort of signal cutout every day. Again, the weather would go. Well, they started blaming that on substations. How do you live so long? So, needless to say, a lot of trouble. To the point where we had, again, the 400 down, 40 up, and it was the price of, like, their lower tier thing. Okay. I have spoken to what they call the retention department probably about 1/3 of the time that I call them. Hold on. Huh? Come here. Oh, that one felt so good. All right. So I've talked to the retention department, which is like, they're the people that when you say you're going to like quit their service, they connect you to this person. And this person, folks, in the retention department, I don't know if they have that in other companies. I imagine they do. Dude, if you tasered this. So the retention department is there to kind of keep you from leaving. Well, you can negotiate with these folks. These are the ones that damn it. When they tell you that there's nothing they can do, even the supervisor, ask to talk to the retention department, because they make all sorts of deals with you. Like crazy stuff, because they really want you to stay. Now, we have another provider coming to town. Allegedly. They're coming to town. They're trying to spread out their stuff right now. But they're horribly delayed. Now, the other one is the satellite internet, which is, unfortunately, just a tiny bit too expensive. Well, okay. So cut to 7 months ago. This is one of the ones I talked about in my other rage therapy videos. We kept having trouble after a new install for someone else in our apartment complex. And it was like 6 to 8 times a day. The internet would cut out at random times. It would just be slow. We'd lose a bunch of information. We'd keep having techs come out. And nothing. Well, tech came out finally, and he's like, oh, well, it seems like your modem was accidentally deprovisioned because when the guy put in the splitter for your other neighbor, the system thought that you were trying to illegally split the signal into yours, and so it deactivated your modem. What? Like, this was not my fault. And then, so he goes, well, I've fixed it. Well, you know, you have an older modem, so we'll fix it. Here's a new modem. Okay. Cool, whatever. Doesn't improve one thing. Still, problems with everything. All right. Well, another tech comes on out, and he says, oh, no. You know what the problem is? I got to put a filter on your line because when people use their TiVo later on in the night, and I'm like, fucking TiVo? Are you kidding me? Who uses TiVo? And I guess the guy who was here yesterday answered that question for me because, people in their 70s and 80s, and he said it was, he said it to me like, duh, and I'm like, okay. Like, you still use TiVo? I do not. It's probably been a good 15, 20 years since I've even heard that word. So, all right, so he puts a filter on. He says, well, now you won't have trouble with people that are using TiVo and messing up your signal. And I'm like, okay, whatever, dude. You put that on because you had no idea what else to do. One for you! Give me this dagger. No, you get this. Sleep. So he puts filter on, right? Doesn't do a damn thing, of course. Service. Losing. We finally get to the point where I'm like, I am so pissed. Give me the retention department again. Well, okay. Now our bill's $30 a month. But they said this last time, a month ago, mind you. No. The problem is that your internet isn't fast enough. And so, the amount of bandwidth that you're using up between the two of you in this house, watching YouTube videos and streaming World of Warcraft, she says that takes up a lot of bandwidth. And I'm like, excuse me, no, it does not. World of Warcraft uses almost nothing unless you're streaming the game. In terms of that. And like, even at its most high quality, YouTube's still like what? A gig an hour? Not like a gig a fucking second, right? Okay. Well, I guess I'll take that explanation. What? I have the most trouble with this getting up here. I'm so pissed I want to kill this guy. No. So we've had the most trouble with this. Is like, okay, well, here you go. You need more service. I'm like, okay, whatever. When can you guys do that and fix my service? And they go, well, the next appointment isn't for a month. Okay, well, that was a month ago. I was so excited as we got along. We only 5 more days till we get the 1 gig internet. Only 3 more days. Okay. Well, I left a little thing on the feed here on YouTube. If you didn't see it, I do it on I make posts occasionally. Yesterday's was like, yeah, finally getting that 1G internet. It's gonna be sweet. I'll see you guys tomorrow with all new content. Well, I had something else planned for today. I was gonna do. Oh, 1 second. You're gonna punch in the face, grab, throw, stab on the way down. Yeah, how's that? The Flash with a knife. So I was all excited. I'm like, yeah, finally, 1G service is gonna be awesome, and I'm gonna do a video about mental health awareness, which is what I was gonna do today. I wanted to talk about how bipolar disorder can make things complicated, a little bit about, the music that I listen or that I hear in my head all the time, but no. Our service appointment was between 2 and 5. Okay, well, we got an update at about 1:55 that said, okay, well, your guy's going to be there at about 3:15. Cool. Still got a few hours to... What are you doing? It's over, bro. Still got a few hours to relax. He'll be here at a certain time. We'll clean up a little bit before he gets here. So, dun-da-da-da-da. And then, like 20 minutes later, knock on the door. Like, who the hell could that be? I look at the door, and there's, like, Red Foo is outside, basically. He's got this huge afro, and he looks like a kid. And he's like, hey, I'm here to fix your internet. I'm like, okay, come on in. Explain to him what's happening. I'm like, well, things have been so bad that they halved our bill once. And he's like, yeah, I know. I'm like, what? He says, well, it's been so bad lately that our bill is now $30 a month. He says, yeah, I saw that. Okay, bro, you're a tech. First of all, what are you looking at my account for? All right, so he comes in. He's like, okay, well, I'm here to install your 1G internet. What? I'm just going to leave you there. You seem like you're having... Oh, no. Nice. So he says, oh, you're here to get your 1 gig internet, right? Yeah, okay. he's holding a phone, right? And he goes, bip, hits it once. And he goes, okay, you're all set. I go, wait. Because other techs in the past have come in and, like, at least looked at the modem. He goes, no, you got the fastest one. You're fine. You don't need to swap that out. Now, mind you, it's been 6 months since they even touched the modem. In other words, maybe the modem's bad, but they don't know because they've never swapped it out. All right. So he taps his phone. He goes, yeah, you're all set. Give it a sec for it to reboot. Okay, so we stand there. Meanwhile, this guy is looking around our apartment, and he's, like, just eyeing everything. We have kind of a bohemian thing going on. We believe that our house is our sanctuary, and it's like, it's where you go to chill out and like, just relax. So we got, like, the little laser beam things on the ceiling, and lava lamps over here, and, like, we got all of our gaming stuff mounted up on the wall over there, and posters and art and everything all over the place. And so this guy's like, we're trying to get him to do his work, and he's looking around at everything. He goes, who's the D&D or, Warhammer fan here? I'm like, yeah, I mean, we both thought we play D&D. He's like, and then proceeds us to tell us the most mundane shit about characters that he's created over the years. Like, this one was named Bertle McFlirtflast, and he was a druid that also was a barbarian that could turn into a bear and rage out. And I'm like, okay, whatever. Can you please finish your job? Well, the modem reboots, and he goes, okay, real quick, check a couple of devices. Do you have internet? Okay, hold on 1 second. Go and check my tablet. Yep, I've got internet on that, right? And he goes, well, check your PC. My wife goes to her PC. She brings up a website. Yep, it works. Okay. Immediately, this dude's like, all right, well, see you later, doop-de-doop-de-doop, and nopes out. Okay. Well, he leaves. It's been a couple minutes. I go, well, the system should be fine now. Let's see that sweet, sweet 1G, right? Hold on. You're getting a slow motion mallet to the face. Oh, there. So yeah, let's take a look. Let's gander at that sweet 1G, right? Go to the speed test. And I'm like, yeah, watch. I'm gonna pin that needle. It's just gonna go 1,000, right? So go to speed test, like, click begin. Oh, yeah. And it goes to 440. 400 down, 40 up. I'm like, well, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt here. Maybe it needs a good, power cycle. Unplug that goddamn thing, and replug it in, and see what kind of speed we get then. Because, it probably needs a hard boot. That's what they say, power cycle, fix everything. So I do that. Go to that speed test and like, yeah, give me that sweet 1G. Nope, still 400. Actually, now it's a little slower. It's like 380 download and 26 upload. So like, oh God, why? Immediately get on chat with these guys because you can go on iMessage and chat with them about stuff. Oh, you guys are getting the super staff. By the way, I figured out how to use this thing, so this is going to be intense. You're going to see some balls hitting people in the balls. It's going to feel so good because I'm so pissed. Anyway, so I get on chat, and they're like, hey, how can I help you? And I type out the thing. I'm like, this has been going on. The guy can, see what I mean? That is beauty right there. So I said, still having trouble. I don't understand what's going on. And they're like, hold on. Did you do a power cycle? Can you do that for me? I'm like, I literally just did that before I got onto the chat with you. Oh, okay. Let me do some stuff. Let me connect to your equipment real quick, and we'll see what I can find out. Okay, there's no outages in your area. Your equipment seems fine. We've connected to your equipment now. In the balls. 1 for you, actually 5 for you. Says, oh no, your equipment seems fine. Let me check the signal. No, the signal's fine. let me do a reprovisioning on my end, so we'll take care of this, and I'll get it all taken care of right here. Okay, cool. And he says, please stay connected during the process so that we can monitor the progress. I don't know if you've ever dealt with an internet company that tells you this shit. It's like, hey, while we're on chat real quick, why don't you go power cycle your modem? Hold on, I'm going to do a little superhero slam. Ha! Kayabunga! Like that? How about one more for you? Ooh! Slidey McFlame balls. But yeah, so they say, oh yeah, go ahead and power cycle your modem. And by the way, stay connected during the process. You realize I have your internet, right? And that's how I'm talking anyway. So I'm like, all right, I'll stay connected. I'll be connected as soon as the internet comes back. Okay, no problem. He says, I'll fix things on my end. Then you'll come back and let me know. We'll do the testing. You should be all set. Fingers crossed. I go, okay, go ahead and do that. They restart the modem. Can you do a check now? Can you see what's going on? I'm like, yeah, no, it's still the same. Okay, no, we're going to do some more troubleshooting. Can you reach around to the back of the modem and make sure that the coaxial cable's screwed in? I'm like thinking, yeah, the guy was just here, so I'm pretty sure he did that, but I'll go do that. So I check that. Yep, that's good. Okay. It says, all right, so now can you make sure that the modem is plugged in and that the power is plugged into the wall? What? Wait a minute. You just told me that you reached my equipment and that it's functioning, the signal is fine, and you did a reboot on it, but you're asking me whether it's plugged in or not? What kind of idiot? I mean, on either side. Either he assumes that I'm an idiot, or he's just a complete moron. Well, either way, we'll let that go. I'm like, no, yeah, it is plugged in because that's how I'm talking to you right now. Okay. 1 second, I'll confer with the rest of the tech team. Okay. 5 minutes later, he comes back to the chat and he goes, yeah, so what we've determined is you need to do a hard factory reset. There's a little pinhole on the back. And I go, no. It's 7 o'clock at night. I am not going to disable my entire smart home at 7 p.m. just because your tech was an idiot and didn't do his job. All right. This is, well, it would be the easiest way to do that because we want to be sure, and that will definitely fix it. Well, okay. If you have, your Wi-Fi at home or wherever you go, it's got a name, right? Yeah. Well, if the name goes away, it's fine because, if it's your router and not your modem, you can just change the name of the new one to the old one and no problem. All your devices will see it. Well, if it's the main way that you get internet into your home, the whole smart home system loses its shit for about a day and a half because it's trying to figure out the new signals and I don't know why it works that way, but it is extremely annoying. Well, he's like, go ahead. Oh, I like these stabs like this. It's a little overpowered, but I just don't give a crap right now. You need to be punished for being an NPC in my game. So yeah, no, it's getting to the point where I am so pissed off because well, since you can't do the reprovisioning, we'll need to send a senior tech out to your residence to do a full evaluation and install. And I go, wait a minute. So you got to send another tech to fix the job that the tech came out and didn't do? Yeah, no, that's how we have to handle it. We've determined that's the best course of action. Okay, when's the next appointment? Well, it's like 5 days out, so I mean, that's not terrible. But, meanwhile, the internet's still cutting out. So, I cannot believe that these companies get away with this bullshit. Because, wait, this is the modern age, folks. can't just not have internet. It's like it's a utility, like electricity or water or sewer or gas, electricity. You know, internet is now part of those things. Because what do you do in your life right now that you can't use internet for, or that you don't need internet for? Right? Go ahead, give me about a half a dozen. Because if you need to communicate or entertain yourself, I mean, you can read a book, but, you know, kind of, it's almost, you know, the 2030 kind of area we're getting towards. Are you going to still be reading a book in 10 years? I don't know. Although my wife does say that she prefers physical books a lot of the time because of the feeling, and I can appreciate that. There is something about a nice book, the smell of the older paper and the quality that goes into it, putting together that book, being able to have a version that you don't need internet for. But yeah, what do you do during your day that doesn't require internet? I bet it's not a lot anymore. So it's hard for them to understand why this is so frustrating. Oh, and one more detail. I test most of the techs that come to my house. I ask them, or at least I mention, that every tech that comes out to the house always talks about how the main office doesn't know what's going on. They have no clue about what we do out here. Yeah, you poor baby. And then this guy went on to badmouth all the other people that work for the company because apparently some of them were upset and slashed lines. Well, that's reassuring to know that there are disgruntled ex-employees to your company. Come on, pissing me off. I can't kill her. What is going on? You are getting a cosmic uppercut, lady. She's being very uncooperative. Wow. Okay. Anyway. Completely forgot what I was talking about. Brain damage is a wonderful thing. No joke. Since things have been getting worse over the last few years, I lose my place in the middle of a conversation. I'm surprised that all the other videos that I've done, I've managed to keep coherent thoughts going through the whole thing. Especially some of those stories that I tell. There's a lot of details in there that I am absolutely flabbergasted that I remember. Because, damn it, I can't remember whether I drank a glass of water 10 minutes ago or not some days. So, yeah, that's my frustration with my internet company so far. I'll let you know if we actually get 1 gig service at some point. I'm so defeated with this. It's like, fine, just do whatever you have to do. This time, though, the chat guy apologized so many times for my inconvenience. He actually said it twice in the same sentence. He said, I apologize for the inconvenience, and I apologize for your inconvenience. Like, yeah, there is just a tiny bit of inconvenience going on. All right, we're going to do one more good round here, because now this is going to be pure just bloodlust. I want to make some of these NPCs pay for my anger. So if you got any ideas for future videos, let me know in the comments. Like I said, I've got Iron Man VR now. It seems like a pretty fun game. Although, again, I am really bad at new games. It takes me a long time to get, you know, the muscle memory down, to get the control scheme down. Come here. You make my human shish kebab. And then you're gonna get some of it too. Yeah. Here we go. So yeah, if you have the Iron Man VR fun, it'll take me a while before I can probably actually stream it. I did record a bit today. Maybe I'll upload that to the channel, but it's a Silent Samurai one. I was using the game to kind of wake up my brain a little bit today. I've had a few days lately where I wake up in the morning, I'm just about half there. One of the symptoms that always pops up is it seems like my mouth doesn't want to work. It doesn't open all the way. No, dude, what? You weren't going to cast at me, were you? I can't believe that. We had an arrangement. You loved me. But yeah. What was I saying? I totally forgot. Let's see if my wife remembers. Wife? Do you remember what I was talking about? She's silent. She probably doesn't even know that I'm doing this. So, oh well, I forgot what I was talking about. If you have anything you want me to do, let me know. I'll see what I can do. Oh yeah, no, that's what I was talking about. My brain on certain days. It's like my mouth doesn't want to open all the way. You might have heard a little bit of that, how that sounded with my dealing with TBI video, where I just basically walk around and try to talk. A lot of that is, it's a very pinched mouth sort of thing. So it's like the nerves in my face don't want to move my lips. It's really odd. But yeah, that's how things go for Orpheus some days. But I will do my best as we go along here to just kind of share those experiences with you. We had a comment that came in a couple weeks ago about how they've heard about, you hear about traumatic brain injury, but you never really get to see what it's like. A lot of times you encounter people like that in public and they kind of freak you out because they're acting outside the norm. They look like they're having trouble. Whoop. That was like sword cam right into you. Dude, you suck at this game. But yeah, it can kind of be an obstacle when there's difficulty and especially the communication. So what I'm trying to do, like just really slowly, is work my way into sharing more of that experience with you guys. So it's not something that is going to freak out as many folks out there when you encounter it. And maybe, just maybe, you can share your experiences with other people. And hey, bring them to my channel. Why not? I don't know. So I'll say the obligatory YouTube thing. Like, subscribe, leave a comment down there. Hit notifications if you really want to. You get a little notification pop up on your iPhone or something that says that Orpheus is on. Maybe I'll do Twitch streaming. No, you know what? I'm not going to do that for a while. Anyway, if you want to email me, orpheusplays@gmail.com, and we'll see you next time. Another edition of Blade and Sorcery. Hope you enjoyed yourself. I worked out a little bit of anger. See you next time.